My name is Mike Hill. I'm from Springfield, Pennsylvania. We were getting the work done on our place down the shore. What happened in January is our tenants had moved out, so I was kind of like redoing the downstairs, and we had a flood. We had a very cold week in January. The pipes burst, and there was a flood down there. So most of the water was in the crawl space. So that kind of got me, and I always hated going into that crawl space. It was just sandy and dirt on the floor. I also had to go in there to shut off and turn off the water in the seasons, and I hated going down there. I've heard about encapsulating the crawl space. Terminix have provided us an estimate on just putting a vapor barrier down there. It was Dry Guy's website, which talked more than just putting down a vapor barrier. It talked about the encapsulation, and I think the photographs that they had on their website really said, whoa, this is what I'd like to have done. Dave came out and he did all the measurements and took a look at the crawl space that we had, and had a good presentation of what it would take, to encapsulize it, to basically to make the place look clean. So, and he gave me a number of options, both price, how long it would take and how much it would cost. So it was very patient and very good. The other thing is Dave left a pretty extensive booklet on, the whole, explaining the whole process of encapsulating the crawl space, the advantages and disadvantages, and the various options that can be done. But it was very educational, and I think that's also what convinced us to go with Dry Guys. The sump pump, again, Dave wasn't pushing everything. He would give us the options, and he wasn't very pushy. He would just lay it out and educate me of why I needed it. So I said, okay, go have the sump pump anyway, which I thought maybe it wasn't going to be needed. But 2 weeks ago, we had that heavy rainstorm in Ocean City, and it was great that the next day the sump pump was working. The sump pump was working for a couple of days, pushing out, I guess, water. I'm wondering, and I had not time to go down to the crawl space to see what was going on and say, what if the crawl space was actually filled with water? But when I went down there, you could tell, no, the sump pump was taken, as Dave explained, was taking all the water that was underneath the vapor barrier that went into that part of the crawl space and then pumped it out. The crawl space was dry and all that, so it did its job. I had to do some work in the crawl space after it was encapsulated. And it's great going down there and not getting dirty. I used to have different clothes on because it would always come out with dirt and wet. And it's great. You just go down there now, and very easy to work through. You can get from one side to the other side of the crawl space with no problems. Yeah, I would recommend Dry Guys. Yeah, excellent people. Like you say, between sales, the front office, and the on-site